What it do out there, my lovelies? This Miss Jacob, Miss Jacob, aka the Messenger, aka that Spiker Star, aka the Virgo Goddess, aka Miss Maiden, aka the Daughter of Zion. Listen, the name of this video is called Balloon Release and Its Traveling Journey. And before I get into this, let me just say this, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to have a understanding, a spiritual understanding of why people have balloon releases for their used to be loved one. I'm just trying to, or somebody that's dead. Put it like that. Somebody that's dead, right? A dead soul. That's what it is. It's a soul now, right? So I'm trying to have a better understanding. Why do people release balloons to the sky or up in the atmosphere to a person or to a soul that's asleep or a person that no longer exists, right? But check this out, right? When they release the balloon into the atmosphere, right? It's 5 main layers before reaching the spiritual realm or reaching space. You got the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and the exosphere, right? So the balloon, when they reach this balloon, right? Before I even get to that, balloon is made up of helium and air, right? Oxygen, right? Oxygen is air. So it's made up of oxygen and helium, right? So when they release this balloon into the atmosphere, the balloon has to travel through the troposphere, which is where we're at, which is the physical. This is the physical, the troposphere. And then it has to reach the stratosphere, then the mesosphere, then the thermosphere, then the exosphere. So the balloon has to go through 5 layers of the Earth's atmosphere for it to reach the spiritual realm to wherever destination that these people think that the balloon is going to go. That's number 1. Number 2, along the balloon's journey, you got the sun, the radiation from the sun. The radiation from the sun spits out 340 trillion hertz of radiation that come from the sun that balloon has to endure, all right? The balloon has to come in contact with 340 trillion hertz of radiation from the sun along the journey for it to reach to wherever they think it's reaching to, right? And then we're not going to talk about all the rocks and stones and all that extra stuff that the balloon going to have to encounter on its journey to reach their used to be loved one or dead person, or not even a person, a soul, a specific soul, right? And then above it all, right, I'm going to just say this. They're not up there. They're down there. They're beneath the earth. Why they letting the balloons go into the atmosphere when they're not up there? They're down there. I mean, some examples. Rich Porter. Everybody remembers Rich Porter. Dementio. Okay. Alpo. And all the rest. Even people that used to be mafia. All the rest. They're all down there sleeping. They're at a place of rest. They're resting. The dead know nothing. They don't remember you. You sending a balloon or releasing a balloon to someone that doesn't even exist, that don't know you. I mean, where do they think the balloon is supposed to go? They think the balloon is supposed to reach to God's dwelling? God's dwelling is up there, but the balloon is not going to reach God's dwelling. That balloon is going to be deflated, because the higher and higher and higher it goes from the surface of Earth, it loses its density. It loses its density and its air. It needs air to travel, right? So the balloon likely to reach 5 layers of the Earth before it even reaches to the spiritual realm is slim to basically none. Slim to basically none. And again, I never understood this, even when I was younger. Even when I was younger, up until now, it just never made sense to me that they would celebrate and release a balloon to someone that don't exist. They're not in a physical form. They in the soul. Their souls asleep. And I never understood why people celebrate death, because that's not something to celebrate. That is a form of judgment. Judgment, judgment, judgment. That's God's judgment upon the inhabitants of this filthy, disgusting earth. So that's not something to be celebrating or releasing a balloon. I just never understood that. And that's why I don't follow the crowd, because people do things without the proper knowledge. They don't research. They don't research, and they don't take the time to educate themselves. But they take time to be ignorant and take time to fill themselves up with Hollywood garbage instead of actually learning why they're doing this, because it's a reason why. Why are you doing this? And they're not up there, they're down there. They're in Sheol. They beneath the earth's surface, sleep in a temporary place, a spiritual place. No physical body can reach down there. Not one physical body can go down there. They're asleep. The dead know nothing. They don't know you. Their souls don't have any idea, totally oblivious as to what happened in the physical world. Their souls don't know you. This is what disturbing with people. But anywho, I'm about to get off this. It's just a little something. And even airplanes, even the airplanes that people fly on, the airplane can't go past the Kármán line. And the Kármán line is at the thermosphere. The thermosphere. And even the thermosphere, even the airplane reaching the thermosphere could be very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Because again, the further and further and further it goes away from Earth's surface, it loses its density and it loses its air. And then you got the sun that spits off 340 trillion hertz of radiation in the scheme of the journey. Okay? But anywho, I'm about to get off this. All right? I just don't understand the whole concept of the balloon release. The balloon has to travel through 5 main layers before reaching the spiritual realm, if it even reaches there. What do people expect? For God to say, you know what? He sent the balloon. I'm going to save it for them and I'm going to give it to their loved ones since they miss their loved ones so much. No, it doesn't work that way. And people don't understand with solitude. Solitude. When you're facing death, and a lot of people don't understand, you don't have to see a physical death. You don't have to be. You don't have to face a physical death. You really don't. But you have to be blessed. People don't know what a blessing is. People think a blessing is cars and but physical materialistic items. That's not a blessing. That's not a blessing. Not seeing death is a blessing. Not being sick, being free from sicknesses and illnesses and suffering is a blessing. Anywho, I'm about to get off this. This is Jacob, the daughter of Zion, 12 tribes, looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see. Hey, listen, y'all releasing them balloons, just keep in mind that the balloon is made out of air and helium, and it has to travel through 5 layers before reaching the spiritual realm, which is known as space. And that balloon has to endure the sun's radiation of 340 trillion hertz. I'm out here looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see. I'm gone.